eyes are on the Jaguars.
The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Love now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On 3rd down, Love. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Colts at 13-3 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Love now to pass on 1st down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. And that'll be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're on a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Love. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways calling this penalties.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
First down, Love to pass. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
19.
Throwing to start the drive. Carroll looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Love. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. To throw now. Here's Love. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll go with a keeper. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Throwing to start the drive. Carroll. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. They'll try the left side with ETN. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll run with ETN. Give them the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Handoff running left is ETN, and he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be first. Take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ready.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 52 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A big play there for Indy. And even 50 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing. Love. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Bass up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On offense now late in this first half.
Here we go.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. To throw on second down, Carroll. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, Carroll. And Graham on the ground. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that'll be caught by Tony. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another tote for Etienne. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of this. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now James to throw on second down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now with Barner. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a run for Barner. And some space here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Now Barner. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
James now to throw on third down. Open man right side is Tony. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run. It's Barner. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run again with Barner. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The kick by Bass is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Take it in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Here's James. Throwing on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. James from the gun. He'll throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Looking sideline, incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. In motion right is a running back. To throw is James. Operating from the gun. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney from 4 yards out. And the Colts extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Throwing to start the drive. Carroll. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. He's had a fantastic... made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. James. Here's Toney on the quick slant. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. And this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. Pierce has it knocked loose. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. James. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. James. Man open, it's Toney. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now James on 1st and 10. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and the Jags grab it. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Following the fumble recovery, Carroll to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road, how about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you